Hey Spirit Tribe, Gigi here with Spirit Readings, and I'm so glad and so happy that you're able to join me here today. This is going to be a bonus reading for Gemini. Thank you so much for running the numbers up in your November monthly readings. You had a combination of the most views, likes, and comments, so I like to do a little bonus as my way to say thank you to you. I consider this a timeless reading, so it's good for whenever you happen to come across it. Now, please keep in mind that there are so many of us, so not everything may resonate, and that's perfectly okay. You can just set it to the side for someone else or for later even. You know, it may make more sense as events continue to unfold. Anything and everything is possible when we believe. So if it doesn't apply, you just go on ahead and you let her fly. No harm, no foul, no big deal. If you are new here, please keep in mind that I have had strokes, so you know that can really affect my memory. I can struggle to find my words or even get them out. I do get tongue-tied. I also have tremors, which can make shuffling or gripping onto things a bit of a challenge for me, especially when it feels like I'm being zapped in my hands. You know, whenever that happens, I tend to drop whatever I'm holding, cards included. I also have glaucoma, so sometimes I do have to bring the cards a little closer to my face so I can see them properly. So just bear with me, you guys. You know, the messages get out the way that they are meant to eventually, right? Okay. Everything that you need to know about me, about this channel, you can find that in the description box down below, especially if you would like to book a personal private reading with me, if you would like to purchase something from my wish list like a card deck or a candle, something for my family, something for my fur babies, or if you would just like to make a donation, that can all be found in that description box down below, so make sure you check that out. All right, Gemini. That is my rising sign. So, you know, I tend to pay attention to the messages as well. I am using the Mystic Faerie Tarot. That is what Spirit was like. We are going to use that deck. All right, you got Knight of Pentacles coming out. You've got Two of Wands coming out. Let's see what else we have in store. You have the King of Swords coming out here. So you got a Knight and you got a King. Hey, hey. Let's see. We have the Seven of Cups coming in. So look, right there, we've got all four elements available to us. You've got the Priestess coming through. So in traditional tarot, that would be called the High Priestess. Look, you got King of Pentacles coming through now. So you got the Knight and the King of Pentacles. Let's see what else we get here. Ooh, you got Justice coming in here. Justice is on our side here. We have the Knave of Wands coming in here. So in traditional tarot, that would be like the Page of Wands. We've got the Wheel of Fortune coming in here. Ooh, goodness. And one more. We have the Ace of Cups coming in. Now, you guys that have been here a while, you know I love my aces because they're all about new beginnings and new opportunities being made available to us. So, all right, we're going to start with that Knight of Pentacles. And Pentacles is earth. Earth is the power of the physical body. Now, the Knight of Pentacles, because our knights are all about movement. He is the slowest moving of the knights. When you think of earth energy, it is years. It is the winter season. So the Knight of Pentacles has a deep love and respect for things of beauty. Not necessarily quick to action, he spends time pondering the value of things and ideas. Once he has decided their merit, he dedicates himself to their protection. He can be trusted to keep things, material goods, people, secrets, safe. Uninterested in going off and pursuing new activities, some may think him dull, but his devotion knows no equal. So you will not find a more devoted, more protective knight than the Knight of Pentacles. And that's why he is my favorite out of the knights. All right, we have the Two of Wands coming in next here. So a partnership is available to you. It is likely that the possibilities of this partnership are exciting and inspiring. However, it is also likely that there is much that is still unknown about the partner or the nature of the partnership. Events depicted by the Wands cards, because they are the element of fire, you know, taking action, they include an element of swiftness. So when you think of fire, it's days. I believe it is the summer season. Yes, fiery summer, right? They enter and exit your life quickly. You will need to decide, are you willing to make this commitment, or will you let the opportunity pass you by? So, you know, use that Knight of Pentacles. You know, the Knight of Pentacles doesn't miss anything, you guys. And, you know, he sees all sides and, you know, able to make decisions based on that. All right, we have the King of Swords coming in here. Air, the power of the mind here, you guys. So the King of Swords defines himself as rational. He can go into a disaster zone and have a new city built before someone else even organizes a cleanup crew. He can win a chess tournament, direct a battle, or take over a company. He's efficient and effective. Doing something and doing it well are more satisfying to him than any public or private recognition. While his intellectual needs are huge, his emotional needs appear to be minimal. Or are they? You know, I always kind of call him the cerebral assassin, but, you know, because he's usually in his head, right? But it doesn't mean he doesn't feel things deeply, right? All right, we have the Seven of Cups coming in now. Cups is water. Water is the power of our emotions. So like I said, our first four cards are all four elements, and they are available to you. You know, the Priestess, the Magician, they know to tap into. So you are faced with choices, maybe two, maybe more. Maybe you're feeling unsettled and confused. You may not be quite sure what to believe. You're certainly not absolutely sure what to decide. The time has come, though, for you to examine the choices thoroughly and pick one. Again, tap into this Knight of Pentacles. Very wise, very grounded, very centered, stable, balanced, you know, even as the Knight, okay? somewhere deep inside you, you do know what you want. Focus on your heart and make a decision, you guys. You know, you have to choose, and choose wisely. All right, we have a number 2 coming in with the Priestess here. When you find yourself in this part of the garden, your task is clear. You must identify what you value most in the world. The knowledge you seek exists in that value, regardless of any other circumstances. However, that value finds expression, whether through a religious or spiritual belief system, through family, or through some other means. Immerse yourself in it. Connect in every way possible. Create a sacred space like the Priestess has done, and stay there until you find perfect peace and serenity. Ooh, I love that. In that space and in that moment, you will hear, if you are willing to listen, the answer you seek. And that's the key word. You have to be willing to listen. You know, it could be a bit of a sacrifice on your part, Spirit is saying here. All right, we have the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles throws the best parties and is the perfect host. He always goes to great lengths to provide the best for his guests. While he will never be the life of the party himself, he'll make sure that everyone has a good time. He has worked hard to enjoy the pleasures of life, and nothing makes him happier than to share these things with those he loves. He may neglect his intellectual or emotional well-being at times. So really check in with the King of Pentacles, whoever it is for you, you know, in your life. You know, it can be anywhere in your relationships. And I say the first person that comes to mind is who it is for you, whether they're male or female. It doesn't matter. You know, they can still have the energy of the King of Pentacles. Like I said, first person that comes to mind that you know that really neglects their mental and emotional, you know, self, their well-being, right? So could even be yourself if that's who comes to mind first. So all right, we have Justice coming in, the energy of Libra here with that. So this Fae wishes you to understand your power and your responsibility. If you are wondering why you are facing a situation, look to your past actions. If you can see how you brought yourself to this place, you can perhaps find a way to balance your karma. If you are facing a decision of how to behave in a situation, consider the future ramifications. Choose your actions wisely and carefully make a bed you will be happy to sleep in. You know, whatever we do today, we have to sleep with tonight. So, I mean, you have to keep that in mind. It may be like a quick, you know, oh, it's a quick fix, it's a band-aid, but in the long run, it doesn't serve, right? All right, we have the Knave of Wands, and knaves, like knights, are young energy. The knaves are considered the messengers. So the Knave of Wands represents someone who has been preparing to try something new. He has studied and observed. He thinks he is ready, but it is important for him to get it right on the first try. So he is imagining exactly what he is going to do. While he prefers action, he dislikes looking like a fool more than he dislikes sitting still. So he will delay action until he is sure he can do something perfectly. Okay, call me out here, Spirit. Because of this, he may resist taking risks. He can also represent a message about your career, a project you're working on, or a course of study that you are interested in. So, ooh, okay. I mean, getting things done, you guys, is like the first thing that came to mind. Taking care of business. So, you know, and the work matters, right? But we have to learn. We won't always get it right on the first try. We won't always do it absolutely perfect. All right, Wheel of Fortune coming in, a number 10 here. Your answer isn't so much about what is happening to you now, but rather about how you face what is happening. See all challenges as opportunities. Look for spiritual lessons as you experience sadness. Remember to express gratitude through your joys. The more you learn to do this, the less traumatically you will be affected with each turning of the wheel. So make it go in your favor, you know, just like justice. Balance those scales in your favor, my friends. All right, and we are rounding this reading out with the Ace of Cups. So emotional, your cup overflowing there. You are faced with the opportunity to pursue a new relationship. Now, it's not always romantic, okay? Don't let the fear of what might happen get in your way. Approach it with the intention of making it the best it can be. And if it is a good thing, don't neglect it. Continue to nurture and strengthen it. And I would say especially the relationship you have with your own self. All right, Gemini, these are your messages. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did, please drop me a comment down below. Let me know. Make sure you smash the heck out of that like button, that old thumbs up button down there. Hit it with the razzle dazzle. If you haven't already and you find you keep coming back here, please subscribe to the channel, you guys. That truly means so very much to me. I love growth. I love expansion. I love being able to interact with all of you. It really does bring a lot of joy into my life. You know, you are part of the teamwork that makes this dream work, and I wouldn't be able to do it without all of you, and I am very grateful and thankful. Gemini, from the bottom of my heart, I love and appreciate each and every single one of you, and I want to say thank you, blessed be, namaste, and goodbye.